how are you doing? Welcome to today's episode of Blend and Bond podcast, where we have real stories and deep connections. I am Lucy Wilbers, and as you can see, it's a different thing today. We have a guest in studio. Welcome.
Thank you.
So before we get to introduce our guests, we want to thank everyone who has subscribed to our channel. Thank you so much for those who have done the same. And thank you for those who share our videos, who comment, who like, who do everything related to us. So thank you so much. We really appreciate. And we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. So we have a promise. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, we will do a giveaway, a gift to a guy and a gift to a lady. We're yet to decide what we're gonna do, but we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. So please keep sharing and keep subscribing. Now to today's episode. Welcome.
Thank you.
Our guest today is a dad. He is a husband. He is a teacher. He is a songwriter, a script writer. He is also the CEO of Wilsey Educational Agency. He has a lot of titles. And so he's going to tell us his name and then you go ahead. Welcome.
Thank you. Oh, what a title. Too many things. I don't know if I'm all those things are. Yeah, my name is Wilberforce. As you've said, I'm a dad. I'm so many things. I'm a hustler.
You're a hustler.
Yeah.
You're a business person,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, so welcome to our studio. We are so glad to have you today.
Pleasure.
And feel free.
Thank you.
Yeah, so guys, we're going to have a very interesting conversation today. And we'd like to know, who is Wilberforce?
Well, Wilberforce is this guy who just turned 35 years.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Thank you. It's been a roller coaster. Been moving up and down in life, enjoying every bit, learning from my mistakes, daring new things. But so far, I can appreciate the far I've come from. Right now, I'm concentrating majorly on business, creating opportunities for young people. Yeah, and living one day at a time.
Wow.
Yes.
That's interesting. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So we'd like to know, where did you grow?
I grew up in Kenya, Rift Valley, place called Bad Forest, a very cold place. Yeah, that's where I was born. That's where I grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the color of my skin is dark because of the environment.
You're not very dark.
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so how was your upbringing? Did you grow in a privileged home? I mean, did you have lots of money in your upbringing? What was the setup? Was it a rural setup, an urban area? How was your childhood like?
I grew up in a rural setup, but I will say it was kind of not privileged, but I didn't lack anything. Yeah, I would get the basic needs and a few comfort things. So I would say I grew up in an average middle class family. Yeah, I got everything I wanted. And when I
Okay.
look back now, I can say it was a privilege.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Are there any childhood memories that you have?
Plenty.
Plenty of them.
Plenty. Especially sharing good times with friends, hunting. I think I belong to the very last generation of real hunters.
So you did hunting?
Yes, the group of boys that would go with plenty of dogs. These little unhealthy dogs, I mean, they would really chase rabbits and antelopes.
In the
Yes,
forest?
in the forest.
Oh.
Actually, where I lived and we currently live is just a border to the forest. So
Okay.
we would go hunt. We would go take good care of cattle and sheep,
Wow.
especially when it's holidays. So we would go for the whole day without lunch and then come back later. It was just a nice experience. I was a kid enough.
Oh, I think you really enjoyed your childhood.
That's true.
Do you miss your friends?
I
Are you still in
do.
touch
I
with
do.
your
The
childhood friends?
friends, not really. The kind of friends I have now are people I met later in life.
Okay.
But my childhood friends, we kind of separated, you know.
Yeah.
Life has a way of changing people. Some others went ahead, they had kids earlier on. Their kids maybe are just done with high school.
Yes.
Others are just starting. Others, I mean, they just went wayward in life. Very few of my friends, maybe one or two, are the
Wow.
ones that we still keep in touch.
Keep in touch.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. So you grow. I'm sure you went to school, of
Yeah.
course. And how was your high school life?
It was
How did it
good.
look like?
Yeah, I was in a high school that a kind of barracks. Yes, it's called Anderson's Boys in Banforest, just within the highway. And I was very young when I started Form 1. I was 15. 15 those days was young, 2005, 20 years now. So I was really young and there was still monolization, you know?
Wow.
Yeah,
So you
when
experienced
you are a
this.
mono, you are a mono. Yeah, you would be told to define what a mono is. Is
I
that
have no
I
idea.
don't know something what mosquito with wooden legs. I remember even there was street that we were not supposed to go. When we say street, we mean corridors.
Yes,
We were
yes.
not supposed to step to Form 2, Form 3, Form 4.
As from once.
Yes, we were designated for Mende Street. It was called Mende because monos were called Mende. So we would just dwell on our street from one east, west, and north, and never go even to other classes. And also, the monos were not supposed to eat using forks and spoons. You would use your hands. I mean, it was kind of a hard life, but it made me a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do, do you remember someone monolizing you?
Many, not even one.
Do you remember them by face
By
and by name?
face, by name. There's even one marathoner who is in the US. I think he resigned from US Army. Yeah. Oh, those guys, they used to beat us. Especially Saturdays morning when we do general cleaning. Oh man. There's sometimes we were used to be beaten and the principal is just passing by.
And
We thought that he would save us, but somehow he was just supervising the beating. It was the
Really?
norm. And beating is from prefects, not teachers. It's so funny, by the way, but it became a way of life because when I was in Form 2, I was witnessing and even participating in monolizing others in Form 1.
so immediately you moved to Form 2, no more monolization.
That very day that the monos are arriving,
Arriving.
Yes.
You're done being a mono.
we graduate
And you start monolizing.
and
them.
we start monolizing.
Did you do that?
It was a way of life. I had to revenge, not in a bad way, but just ushering them to. Yeah,
Oh.
I know.
Wow.
For those of you who grew up in good schools and studied in posh schools, you don't get what I'm saying.
But I can just imagine
Yeah.
how it was now that it was a boys' school.
Yes.
It must have been really.
Yes, the population was high. The stealing. I remember the only thing that wasn't stolen is the box and maybe towel. The rest of the things I had to replace. My shirts, including those which had my admission number. You would see someone having your shirt. And
But you can't do
there's
anything.
nothing.
Jeez.
You cannot report to them anywhere. I mean, it's not good, but those were
Those
the days.
days,
Yeah.
Wow. Just to take you slightly back
Yep.
to your primary school, did you go to boarding school or you just schooled in a day school?
I schooled in a day school for major part of my primary school up to class 7 that term. Then they saw the kind of marks that I was having. I was in top of my class with 270s. Then my dad, I think, saw there's no future
Yeah,
here. So he had to transfer me to a boarding school, try to catch up with life and also get a competitive lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you're done with high school, are there any lessons that you have learned so far by the time you're finishing your Form 4 in Anderson's Boys?
I mean, I was just moving through the motions, not plenty of
Nothing
lessons.
much,
Yeah,
really.
a teenager who is just
Yeah.
facing life, enjoying every bit of it. Yeah, so no serious lessons, just going through the system and
Yeah.
getting the grade, whatever I get, and then to the next step.
So Wilberforce is done with Form 4.
Yeah.
Where does he go after that?
Oh, life was such a, I don't know, because I was among those who didn't even apply for universities. Those days you would just have to apply for universities, maybe March as in Form 4.
Yes.
But we believe that one was for reserve for index 1 to 5.
Okay.
For the rest of us, we didn't even apply. So
Because
by the time we are in Form 4, we know we are
It's
not
something
going
else.
to university.
wow.
So I wanted to join the military because my dad was in the army. I thought that would be the best place to be. He was my hero. Yeah.
So you looked up to him.
I was looking up to him, but I didn't go. Immediately, I went to this formal stuff of doing computer
Yeah.
and driving school. Like, I don't think they still do nowadays.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it doesn't help anyway. Computer packages, those stuff.
MS Word,
MS Word, MS Excel,
yeah.
I don't know what.
PowerPoint presentation.
Keyboarding and stuff, and going to driving school. So once I was done with that, there was a matatu at home. So I became a tout. Yeah.
After Form 4.
After Form 4, applying, I don't know where, home and Eldoret.
Yeah.
Every morning, dressed in red. Those days they were Michuki. I don't know if they're still there.
You're
So
still
the
a teenager
driver-
this time, is it?
I'm around 19.
19, yeah.
So the driver has navy blue uniform. I have the red one. 200 shillings a day.
But-
That was a lot.
Oh,
Yes.
they used to pay you.
They used to pay me 200. They pay the driver 300.
So who pays you? Your dad?
I'm paying myself. Yeah, my dad, but I'm paying myself. I pay the driver because I'm there. I'm the custodian of the money.
Okay.
So I did that for maybe 1 or 2 years. Later, I went to train as a plant operator. These big machine bulldozers and what have you. Then I operated on them for some time, earning some good money. I was young, making money, stealing diesel, doing stuff with those machines
Yes.
until 2013. Yeah.
So this far, do you think your dad had an influence with the fact that you wanted to be a KDF?
Oh, so much influence. So much influence. Like I didn't know any other hero.
Your dad was the
Yeah.
hero.
He lived his life. Even now he still is living his life to the best. In those days, like I had not seen anyone in the village that I could admire.
Yeah.
Like this guy is in the army, he has his stuff, he's a strong man.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
the little boy's dream.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was looking up to him. I was to join the army, become this guy, go to Somalia. I mean, I was not a dreamer. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, so I think that shows us that an environment
Yeah.
where someone grows can have a very big impact in how their life turns to be.
Very true. 100%. We are products of environment more
Yeah.
than we are product of genetics.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you realize your dad being a KDF has influenced you such that even when you're in high school, you already know your destiny.
Yes. In fact, how I used to behave, like I used to be called Cheborit, which is combined. I was this guy with chest, heavy I just treasuring physical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't see the benefit of investing in the mind when KDF wants
here.
a D plus and they just want a fit guy.
Yeah.
You know, so the kind of people you surround yourself with have tremendous effect.
Right.
Yeah, to your dreams and aspirations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that teaches us one thing, that one, your environment really matters, and that as parents, we have a very big influence over our children.
Yeah, we do.
Because children do what they see, not what we tell them.
Sure.
You may tell a kid it's not good to smoke, but if you smoke, they will do that. They
Yeah,
will
yeah,
try
yeah.
to imitate what you're doing.
Exactly. If it's not good, why are you smoking?
Why are you smoking?
Yeah.
And kids like to experiment.
Sure.
So if the dad smokes, for example, they will try to experiment what they do. If the dad likes reading, you'll find the kid reading because they do what they see.
You're my hero.
Yeah, you're my hero. I don't know
Have you
anybody
asked
else.
yourself why is it that children say that my dad will beat you?
My dad will
they
beat you,
think that their dad can beat everyone,
Yeah.
even if their dad is a weakling. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's their hero.
Yeah, even kids, you find them comparing and telling their fellows that my mom cooks meals that are more delicious than your mom, than anybody else.
Yeah.
You see? So
They don't know anyone.
No, they don't know anyone.
Yeah.
So that shows us that as parents, we are heroes to our children, and we have to be an example to them.
100%.
We can always tell them what they need to do, but the end of it is they do what they see.
Yes.
So back to this. Did you ever get to a point of applying to be a KDF?
Oh, several times. Several times. The first time, I think I was supposed to be recruited. And then somehow, miraculously, mysteriously rather, my ID disappeared.
Your ID?
Yes. The Kenyan ID.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be a KDF without that. It's one of the basic requirements that you have to present. Because actually, the funny thing is that once you become a KDF, they take that ID because you are no longer a civilian.
Oh,
So my ID disappeared a day before.
At home or at the place?
Just within the town. Just within the town before the recruitment center the next day.
No.
Yeah. So I missed that opportunity because I couldn't even go to the field. There's nothing to present. And I had the deal, you know. Dad had spoken to some people. So the first instance I missed because of what? Because of not
The
having the ID document.
Oh.
The second time actually, I believed I had this connection also. Because actually I ran, you know, they start by running. I ran and then along the midway, a matatu had been organized. I dropped to the matatu so that it can take me ahead. It took me ahead, alighted, and I became, I think, top positions around what.
So you had to get into a matatu?
Yes.
They never questioned anything?
Why? They didn't see. And then I alighted somewhere closer to the finishing line. Yeah. And then I became position, I think, 8 to 7, and they were taking 4.
Oh.
So I missed that. Another one, I was underweight. They needed 54.5 kgs. And I stopped on that weighing scale. Funny enough, I became 54. Exactly.
So you needed 500 grams?
In fact, one of them told me that I should go have a full chicken for lunch. Then I come back, I will be having. So for 3 years, I played around. I missed KDF. Another year that I was supposed to join when I was 23, 24, I had a deadly injury. Yeah, it's a long story. When I was operating these machines, somehow I broke my leg. I broke my pelvic and I couldn't join anyway. I was done with those things. I think I was also growing. So I couldn't join because I was injured.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you never know. Maybe that's how God used other things so that he could redirect me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And here I am.
Wow. You know, that's really interesting.
Sure.
Because you've tried 3 times this KDF thing, but it's not working.
Yes.
And then you get into a very serious accident. And do you think there was a turnaround in your life after these accidents?
Yes, I am the person I am today because of that accident.
Oh, okay. Tell us.
There was a total mental shift. Because the moment I got that accident, 100% I would not go to be the same person physically that I was.
No.
With the marks, scars that I had in my body, you know, KDF want 100% fit,
healthy.
Even scars that don't affect you physically,
you can't.
You will not step into the line.
Wow.
So it was just a mental shift that, okay, dude, can you refocus? That's the point I said, okay, anyway, I didn't get a bad grade. I can go to the university. So that's when I refocus now and I'm like.
Okay. So after this accident is when you thought, okay, I think I need to think of something else.
That's it.
When you were working as a plant operator, how old were you when you started working as a plant operator?
I was 22.
22?
Yeah.
When you were working with these machines,
Yep.
did you get to a point in time when you thought, and like, I don't think I need to be here.
Yes, many a times, because I was working with these guys who were engineers,
Yes.
who were quantity surveyors,
Uh-huh.
and you know the way we were dressed in these attire overalls.
Overweight.
Yes,
Sorry, oversized.
oversized overalls, and then engineers come with their Prado, quantity surveyors, and they're young guys, fresh from JQuad, UON.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, this is where I was supposed to be. So once in a while, I used to feel that, oh my, I am, there's something wrong. I have to rethink and maybe go back to school, maybe try to become something else.
Yeah.
There is an instance whereby an engineer was saying even, mnatembea na mguu kama ng'ombe. Like he was
Because
using,
they're driving.
yes, they were using big cars. And that became a motivational, although you felt like an insult, but that was a motivation if you think, well.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah.
when I started, like, if I get a chance, I will go back to school.
Yes.
But there was no chance because there's no way you can tell your parent you're leaving a well-paying job, quote unquote,
Right.
well-paying,
Go to
back to school to
yeah.
risk to become a teacher or what have you. Yeah, so there was that thought ever since. Yes.
And I'm sure you were earning more than a KDF under that point.
Maybe almost the same, but
Almost the
now
same.
when we include the stealing money for diesel and everything,
You had some side hustles.
we surpass them. I had almost 20 liter a day of diesel,
Let me ask.
1,500.
Now let me ask. At this point, how much are you earning as a 24-year-old?
Almost 40K.
And that is in
2012, 2013.
That's a lot of money.
And now you add diesel 1,500 per day.
Oh, so the 40 is separate.
40 is the salary.
Is the salary.
Yes, of course, when you add over time, it comes to almost 40, just less than that.
And then now,
And then diesel.
how much are you making per day?
Diesel was roughly 1,500.
So that's 1,500 times 30. That comes to around 45,000.
Maybe times 20 because we don't.
Right.
Yeah.
So you used to make roughly around 60, 70K.
Yes.
In 2012.
In 2012,
No
2013, no responsibilities, no commitment,
No nothing.
no accountability,
No savings.
no savings.
Wow.
Just
must
like
have been having-
like any other young man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we have many of 22s who save anything.
I'm yet to find one, honestly.
Yeah.
Because at 22, you think, this
You
is the
think you
life I
have the whole of,
You have a whole life ahead
Yes.
of you. So why
Yes.
are you saving?
Why?
Wow.
You live one day at a time.
You must have
move
been
on.
rich. How are you spending these monies now?
Dishing out, dressing well. I was
Dressing
dressing well. Sneakers and all that. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's it now.
So now you get this accident
Mm-hmm.
and you decide to go back to school. So who funds your education at this point?
Partly I funded myself because my dad was not supportive of my dream. Yeah, he was like, I'm done with you. I've trained
Yeah.
you, I've taken you to this college.
Right.
You are earning well, you get well, and go back to what?
Just
To operating.
to operating.
Yes.
Right. Oh yeah, because you're
while
okay
with the
now.
trauma that I had, because I narrowly survived,
Yeah.
I couldn't go. So he wasn't willing to support me instantly. I had some little money. I paid for my first year of parallel degree program. Yes, funded myself, and then somehow along the way, he felt that this guy is gonna make it anyway. I'd rather chip in so that I can be part of the success. He chipped in second year, third year,
And fourth
fourth
year.
year. So he helped me 100% with the fee, with the rent and everything.
So he was paying everything.
He was paying everything.
Wow.
That man is...
Wow.
Yeah.
You must be so proud of him.
I am
honestly.
to date. He is my mentor.
He's your mentor?
Yes, because the kind of decisions he though he makes is even with the level of education that he had, is just ahead of time.
If you're asked today to tell dad one thing, what would you tell him?
Oh my, I'm super proud of you. I am. I dream that I become the person you are and even surpass you.
Yeah.
Yes, because the kind of life that you gave me and my siblings, everybody would dream that kind of life.
Right.
Support when we were young, up to the people we are today. Even when I was coming here, I was 30 years, but still he's chipping in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that money is just,
Wow.
yeah.
Good. So, guys, I'm sure you are so invested in this. And so far, we can realize that people have different stories and have different experiences. But the difference comes in where if you get a challenge, you can turn that challenge to an opportunity to find something new in your life and to advance your life. Because Wilberforce had an accident, and through that, it became a turnaround, and he had to change his life to being a better person and to getting into a new path generally in life. So now we get to this point when you're in campus. Let me just ask before we get out of this section. I have realized that you are a hustler. You said you are a hustler. Did you have any businesses or any hustles when you're in campus, or it was just class and that's
No,
all?
no, no, no. I first of all, I didn't like studying. Like, I am this guy who like shortcuts.
Like shortcuts.
I just believe that there's a shortest way to do anything than the prescribed way. So I felt like there's a way you can go to class
Yeah.
and done with class. You don't have to go to library and all those stuff, especially when you're studying English and literature. My God, you that's one you just can get it in class and you're done. There's nothing serious there. So I used to combine with a lot of side hustles, especially driving. I was a driver since, so I used to have this pickup that we would take groceries to Kissy, chicken feeds to Cabernet. Sometimes go at work at night.
Real
Yeah,
hustler.
yeah, yeah. Selling mangoes in a Fra stadium. Yeah,
You
so
sold
I
mangoes.
had side hustles. I
Wow.
wasn't broke.
You were never broke.
Sometimes I used to be, but
But once in a
rarely.
while.
Yeah, rarely. When I was broke, I would also find ways to. I would even go. The landlord would lock my house, but I will get a hacksaw to do what?
To get in.
Yes, to get in. I mean,
Really?
yeah, yeah, yeah. When you go back to college, when you're an adult, you have to always find a way to survive.
Wow.
Yeah, so I always believe that because I'm lazy. Yeah, I can't say that I'm so sharp, so what hardworking. I have to find the shortest way to do stuff. Yes.
Wow. A hustler, a fighter, a winner, a teacher.
Wow. Yeah.
Very many titles, but honestly, you
Life.
have an interesting story.
Life.
Life.
Yes.
You're done with
Yeah.
campus. Did you get a job right away?
No, I didn't get a job right away. I was done with campus the moment election was getting on 2017. Yeah, so actually almost everybody in Nakuru town was moving to reserve and going to doing other things. I didn't get a job in Nakuru, so I went back home, stayed for some time, went back to Nairobi to stay with my younger brother who was also a KDF. Then I started looking for these gigs. Nilijaribu kuingia mjengo, you know? But
Wow.
there's a way I couldn't ask for what?
Fun.
No, for the job. I went to the site, but I felt I didn't get that urge to ask the foreman. I want a job.
Yeah.
I think when something is not for you,
It's not.
it's not.
You can't
I
force
went
it.
twice and then I came back. I applied for a gig in National Theatre to act these set books. So I got it.
Another hustle.
Yeah, another hustle. I got to be interviewed. I sang some song there, Westlife. And then
Which song?
yeah.
Do you remember the song?
You raise me up.
So
And
I
then
can
yes.
stand.
And then I did what? I narrated some movie, Act of Valor. Yeah. They felt that this voice can
Do you
be an
have a
actor.
line that you remember?
Yes. I think just before my father died, he said the worst things about growing old was that it gets harder to protect the things that matter: honor, freedom, justice, and family. Those things are sacred. You live your life by code and ethos. Everyone does. It's a shoreline. It's what gets you done.
Wow.
We used to memorize all this line a page,
How did you do that?
like this book, Chief Ward Campbell. Yeah. So you used to go at night, you look at the mirror, you memorize the stuff, you are a narrator, you are a character, but the pay was so meager, sometimes 400 in a day. the good day 700, and you've just had to.
It's a lot of work, is
It's
it?
a lot of work. So I worked for a short time there. I gave up. I went back to home to teach.
You went to teach.
Went to teach. Teacher of English.
Teacher of English.
Yes.
But let me tell you,
Yeah.
you are a real hustler, a risk taker.
You get what's available. You move with it.
Wow. And you keep looking into
Yeah,
this.
you're
And that.
positive. One day
You're
it will pay off.
open-minded, yeah?
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you get a job.
Now I get a job. I'm a teacher. I taught for 3 years, 2018, 19, and 20. COVID came. Yeah, we got married. I met this lady. We got married in 2020. I'm also tired with teaching. I need to
Tired
move
of
on.
teaching again.
Yeah.
So there's one thing I'm realizing about you.
Yes.
I think you were still getting something that you like. Because when I try to analyze this, one thing I've realized is probably you don't like being bossed around. Is that true?
Sure.
You don't.
Sure. Like most people who don't like bosses, I don't like bosses.
You don't like bosses.
I don't.
And two, I think you like freedom.
Yes.
That's
People who
true.
don't like bosses is because they want freedom.
Number three is you're a go-getter.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, you keep looking around. As long as it's bringing in something,
Yes.
you will go for it. You don't choose.
I like
tasks.
I like what challenges me. I don't like getting comfortable. So when I get bored, like now teaching is one thing that is repetitive.
Yeah.
What you're going to teach this year is the same as next year, the same as the other year, same stuff. If you're not careful, you will not grow. So I was tired. I was getting in problems with the HOD, with the principal, with the deputy principal, with Passage. Everybody, because I was just feeling, I'm done.
You're done.
So I quit teaching.
You quit teaching.
Yes.
Wow. Did you have anything else to do by then?
It's not a must that. Funny enough,
Teach
most of the
us.
time I have quit jobs. It's not like I already have another job. You quit and then things happen and they happen. You will not die. So I got a job. I became a manager of another pharmaceutical pharmaceutical company, branch manager of around 40 staff.
Yeah.
Yes. So doing stuff, managing people, having to talk to people. That was good because I'm dealing with adults.
Yeah.
Now that it didn't last.
And you're a boss.
Yeah, it
kinda.
didn't last. I think 6 months. I became jobless again. And then here we are abroad. Long story. Yeah.
Very long
Very
story.
long
We can't
story.
exhaust everything.
Yeah.
I like your story.
Thank you.
I like your determination. And if I've never told you this, is that I'm so proud of you
Thank you.
because you have climbed the scale. You have maneuvered all these challenges, and you have become the person you are today.
Wow.
It takes courage, it takes determination, it takes commitment to quit a job, yet you don't know what next. It's because you believe in yourself, and you know, I must get something else.
Yes.
I don't have to be employed to make money. I can make money through my mind.
That's it.
That's what I've learned from you.
That's it.
Is that you don't have to be employed. You don't have to be on a salary, but you can use your mind.
You don't have to have something else. You can be something else.
You can be something
Yes.
else. That's interesting.
Yes.
So now you moved to UK. How has life been?
Oh, amazing. Growth.
Growth.
Yes. UK, the good thing about UK is that you have money.
You have money.
That is it. You are broke if you want.
Okay.
Because there are jobs.
So if anyone tells you abroad life is hard
Yeah.
and this and that, if someone asks you, how is life abroad?
It's hard, but there's money.
It's hard by this money.
Yes. It's hard because you have to work for that money. There's no like connection. You have to do deals unless advanced life. But at the start, you just have to go to shift to earn money.
To earn money.
Yes. So
Is
if
it
you're
worth
working,
it?
it is. It is because if you're closing a day with maybe 30,000 Kenya shillings, how can it not be worth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's worth it. It's worth it, but you earn.
You earn.
There's no deal that you're waiting. There's no deal. Maybe recently I can say there are deals.
Yeah.
But when I was arriving, there were no deals. We had to put in the work.
Yeah. So that does it mean it gets better?
It gets better. Not for everyone. Yeah, if you're the one who just arrives and you settle, then it doesn't get better, because maybe family is growing and the same kind of shifts that you have to go.
Yeah.
And remember, your physical health is declining. Then I don't think it gets better. It gets better if you're really aggressive.
Yeah.
You're taking up the opportunity. You're saving funds to better yourself, to get the skills, and to move forward. Otherwise, it's hard. Shifts are shifts.
So I think one thing I'm getting from that is
Yeah,
you have to use your brain.
that's it. That's it. Not only abroad. Generally,
Yeah,
of
generally,
late,
of
I'm
course.
just thinking that you just have to use your brain for you to be to be paid better money. It's not about what you do. Yeah, it's not, because many people are doing a lot of hard work. Hard work is the last thing you have to think of, because who you work with and how, yes, and what you work on are much more important than how hard you work.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's good.
it's a mental fit, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. So you recently turned 35. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Half life.
Half life. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels good. I don't regret a thing in my life, because I think the things that happened specifically as lessons so that I can grow. Yes, I can look back and say maybe few lessons. Maybe I would change that.
Yeah.
I would be less angry with people. I would be less disappointed. I would expect little from people. I would read more. But generally, I'm just happy with the life.
Yeah.
And I've learned the art of living one day at a time.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there one thing that you regret this far?
No, not really. Not a serious stuff, but
No, it doesn't have to be serious.
no. I just regret the fact that I had a lot of expectation from people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was the kind of person who invest in friendships, in relationships, maybe in families, in what, expecting that the same energy that I'm giving,
They will give
they're gonna give me the same energy. But it doesn't happen that way. If you're doing good, do it for the sake of it. Otherwise, if you expect it back, you'll be disappointed. Yeah, that's the only thing that I wish I knew earlier, so that I just don't expect anything from anyone. Yeah, if it happens, I'll be surprised. Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah.
If it doesn't,
yeah.
it's a way of life. Yeah, that's the only
wow.
thing. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
And I would read more. People who read a lot are way ahead in life. I'm like, the great percent of the success you're having in life currently is factored by the number of books you read. Because you get knowledge, if you act on the knowledge that you have, you're going to be way, way ahead of other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
So as we finalize, I'd like to know, now at this point you are a CEO. Do you mind telling us about your company?
Yeah, Will's Educational Company is a company that deals with bringing students from Kenya, Africa in general, to the UK and to Ireland for studies, undergraduate, masters, and all level of study. Yeah, I link them to schools, guide them, their careers, counseling until they arrive here in the UK, pick them and help them settle. Yeah, so that's my job.
Yeah, you've done really well.
Thank you.
Honestly, you've done really well.
Thank you.
And I'm so proud of you for all that you have achieved. And this far,
Proud of you too, yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
And this far,
Yeah.
I can say I have seen you grow.
Thank you.
We met 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And there has been a lot of growth.
Oh, tremendous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In all spheres, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in our relationship. So I've seen you grow.
Thank you.
And I've seen you scale the heights. I've seen you fight a lot of things, right? And you have done really well. I'm really proud of you.
Oh, my. Thank you.
One last thing. You have grown in social media.
Yeah.
How do you handle trolls, because they are always there.
Yeah.
Negative energy is always there.
Yeah.
That's the last question that I want you to answer. How do you handle these trolls?
Because I am not fascinated by the likes. So I'm not fascinated by the following. So if likes don't impress you, the people who comment badly will not affect you.
Okay.
The reason as to why you get hurt by one comment is because you're really pumped up by the likes and the following, such that one silly comment comes, you get angry.
Yeah.
But I'm posting for the sake of posting. Whether you see it, whether you like, whether you comment, that's why I rarely comment. Because if I decide to make content, it's not a discussion. It's my point of view. If you agree, fine and good. If you don't, fine and good. Keep looking and move forward. So I don't even realize that they are trolls, because most of the time I don't read the comments and I'm not fascinated by the likes. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's just an independent thing. You do your stuff, you move forward.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Finally, give an advice to a 25-year-old you. What would you tell him?
Take life. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
You have time. Provided you don't make lifetime changing decisions.
Yeah.
Like you don't make silly mistake that will end you in prison. Maybe that will affect your health. Yeah.
Yeah. Big decisions.
Yeah, don't mess around. But about decisions about career and anything, you will not die. Do mistakes. Risk as much as you can. Fail fast, fail forward. You will fail anyway. So the earlier you fail, the better. Yeah.
Thank you. So it's been an interesting session, guys. I'm sure you have really enjoyed. So welcome to the next part. We're going to have a second session of this. So please stay tuned.
Thank you.
All right, guys, on to the next segment. Now, we are going to be talking about marriage.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, if you don't know me, I'm Chameli Faith. Right. Now, he is actually my brother-in-law. Yeah, and you are an amazing brother-in-law, I must
you.
say.
Wow.
And we do appreciate you, to be honest.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for being a good brother-in-law. Right. So, guys, we are talking about marriage, right? Now, how has marriage changed you? Do you feel like it has changed you in a way?
Yes, it has.
Okay.
It
And
has.
how?
It has focused my energy into one place. Yeah, I believe like most men, when you are not married, you're not sure. Your energy is all over.
Right.
You don't know where you are. You're here giving attention to this
Yes.
person, to the other person, and then
But now,
it is my job and my family.
right.
Yes.
Because however your family is,
Yeah.
people look up to you like, what's happening in your family?
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
Ah, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
And then, what can you say is a secret to keeping the marriage interesting? And, just so, because this is something that you do forever, right? You don't want it to be boring. Now, what do you think is a secret?
I don't know. I don't want to
Okay.
sound like a marriage guru or a counselor,
for
something
you-
like
for
that.
your- for your
But
marriage.
for me, I
Yeah.
would say that marrying your friend, getting to marry the right person is a determinant.
Yes.
Against these hacks and everything,
Uh-huh.
like you don't get to change anything once you get married.
Okay.
If you get it right, that's it. This person is your friend.
Yeah.
They eventually turn out to be almost your sibling. You're doing life together.
Right.
You're just used to each other. You don't
That's
want
really
to
good.
hurt the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Such that there's
Okay.
nothing mechanical. It flows
It just
naturally.
flows,
So
yeah.
I would attribute to marrying right.
Marrying right.
And especially if your values align, if your
Yeah.
beliefs align, if you're from the backgrounds that almost are the same.
same.
You're meeting this person who is more than 20 years.
Yes.
She has been accustomed to a different kind of life.
Yeah.
You at 30 has been accustomed to a different kind of life. If you can get your families that are reasoning in the same manner,
Way.
then obviously you will meet and you will operate in the same energy.
Yeah.
So marrying right,
Marrying right.
I would say that.
Yeah, because I've heard and I've so many podcasts and probably books, people saying you can marry or get married, and that is, I mean, and it's gonna determine how your life is gonna be
Oh, it does.
going forward.
It does.
And that's quite scary because that's something probably those of us who are not married would not want. You know, it's a bit scary because when you talk with guys out here, even your fellow friends tell you, yo, I'm so afraid because what if?
That is it.
Yeah, because what if just this person becomes another person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to get it right. If you
Right.
get it wrong, it has to mess you one way or the other.
Oh my God, that's a bit scary,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
That's very scary. All right, and then what's something now that you're a dad? What's something fatherhood has taught you?
To love me less.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now
I
you
mean,
love somebody more
yes.
than yeah.
I mean, as much as you love your wife, you love
Yeah.
your spouse,
Yeah.
a child is something else. I'm
I
just telling
know.
you that.
Okay.
This is a person you can sacrifice your life. Yeah.
Okay.
If your mom was to be brought here and to say, like, okay, is this girl going to be taken away or you?
Yes.
She
You'd
will,
say
she will volunteer.
yeah.
Yes. So this experience of having someone that you can give your life
Right.
for them, it's something, yeah,
Wow.
that everyone I wish should experience.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
really
So
good.
it has just reduced this thing of being self, thinking about
All
me.
about yourself.
Yes. Every decision that I make,
Yes.
every risk that I take
Yeah.
having in mind that somebody is looking up to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Right. And now, how do you get to balance your life goals and family at the same time? Now, your career,
Yes.
how do you get to balance just to make sure that.
I don't give any more attention to other people or maybe energies to outside
Okay.
because I have so much to handle at home. I have my work,
Yeah.
I have my family. So what I do is that I limit interactions that don't help me. I limit meetings that don't help me.
Okay.
Yeah, there were times that we would meet with people for the sake of meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you realize that it was not productive at all. It was not. It's good to have social time,
Right.
but now that you have a family and you have a job, you
Yeah.
just have to balance and strike your time very, very, very well, because every minute counts, every hour counts. Whether it's bonding with your family,
Right.
whether it's pushing your finances,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
utilizing your time well.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Right. And then what is something you've learned about probably relationships that nobody told you about? I mean, you just came to learn yourself that nobody ever told you.
That you get your what? Like attract likes.
Okay.
Yes, you cannot change that. Sometimes you say, "Oh, I was really a good person, but I got a husband that."
That that
I
changed me.
mean, that husband is one of your decisions.
That's true.
That means you made the wrong decisions.
So it's your fault.
Yes.
Don't
If
blame
you see
somebody.
exactly in a relationship,
Yeah.
things can happen. I'm not saying that things can't happen.
Yeah.
But probably there is somewhere you compromised because people cannot hide for long. There's somewhere
Yeah.
you saw a red flag and you
But you
painted it green.
ignored. Uh-huh.
You are thinking that people are going to change because no one changes actually unless they want to. So I'm like attracts like. You are worthy if if you want a worthy mate, you should be worth of a worthy mate. So
That's a good
it
one.
all boils back to you.
Yes.
If you're a good person, 100%, that energy,
yeah.
you'll get someone who matches that energy. If you're a fake guy,
You will definitely
you will get
your match.
double fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's really good. So, another thing. What is like one of your family traditions you would like to just pass it down?
God.
Okay.
Oh, God is everything in my
Yes,
life. Yeah. I
absolutely.
start with God.
Yes.
I end with God. I wish my kids would adopt that lifestyle,
right.
knowing that there's someone in charge. And when you start something with God,
Yeah.
you know that it's gonna be okay because if God is in charge, then
Angela.
obviously. So I'm a firm believer.
Okay.
Yeah. So if God can be inculcated in my kids,
Yeah.
then I believe I've left them the greatest thing ever.
Ever. Yeah. Which is really true.
And also to love themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people get to be treated badly because they didn't get this love at home. They didn't know that they deserve more.
Right.
Yeah. Put that in their kids that they are enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they deserve the best. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Now, and I probably you've been asked this, but what's one thing that you think you should have you should have learned earlier? Well, probably in I mean life generally, that you're just learning it now.
Okay. Maybe not now, but
Yeah.
I learned it a bit late.
Okay, a bit late,
That
yes.
people are going to treat you how you teach them to treat you.
Okay.
So, standards. In every dealing of your life,
Right.
put your standard very high. Not high that you can't keep them, but don't lower your standard to accommodate any person,
Anybody.
any ideal, any belief, any job. Because that they don't know you.
Yes.
But probably where you're going, they're going to meet you where you have put your standards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that's really good.
always raise your bar high.
Yeah.
That way you will avoid a lot of nonsense. Yeah.
That's good. And then probably what is like in relationship wise, what's one advice you would give to younger people who are probably of course not married
Yes.
and they want to marry or get married?
Take time.
Yes.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Don't pressure
Take
yourself.
take time. You would rather marry late than
Than
marry
marry
wrong.
wrong. That's quite deep.
That's deep.
Yes.
Yes. Take time.
Yeah.
I get ladies at 25 and they feel like the
They're
time is
late.
gone.
Yeah.
At 30, where you rush into. Same to men. Take your time. Yes.
What do you think is an ideal age for men especially?
Yeah.
Because for ladies, of course, they say 25, but for me, I feel like really there's no pressure at
There's
all,
no
right?
pressure. Yeah.
And for men, do you think 25 for men, is it?
Not any 20s. Not any 20s.
Okay, not
Yeah,
any 20s.
30 plus.
Okay.
I mean, 20s is a significant age for men.
Yes.
Between 25 and 29. That's
yeah.
where men get to make life-changing decisions. And spouse is one of the things that's life-changing.
Okay.
So if they marry wrong at 27, at 27 they are still deciding what they
Yes.
want in a spouse. What if they come and change their mind at 32? And divorce 2 kids?
That's true. No.
Yeah. I'm like a man,
Yeah.
30 plus.
Would be a good
You
age.
100% you know what you want.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
But of course, with other factors like financial, like mental capacity, emotional stability.
Yeah.
But 30 onwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. And now, when we talk about finance, do you think you've ever made a dumbest? Let me use dumbest decision. I mean, you've used
Money.
Yeah. Have you ever spent money? Or,
Yes.
yeah. If you get my question.
I was heavy. I was heavy on gambling.
Gambling is a disease.
It's bad.
Yes.
Oh, I was an addict.
Wow.
I would put money,
Yeah.
chase my losses, put again, chase my losses, hit the table,
Yeah.
but still keep.
That's a lot.
I mean, it's impossible
Yeah.
to win
With gambling.
with gambling. It's if
So
you
what's
win, it's
the
for the
thing?
short term.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Because you get people really into gambling and it's so hard for them to leave it.
Yes,
Is
this-
it because it gives you hope that maybe,
that is it.
just maybe?
Maybe one day, maybe I'm the next millionaire.
Oh.
How do
And
you
are there
become?
really millionaires in this gambling?
Maybe one
One
in 30 million people. What's the probability? I'm poor in math, but I think probability 0.000%.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
So there's no reason at all.
If
to
you
get
get a
into-
man that is gambling, no.
Yeah.
Let him go heal by himself. I mean, as a lady, you don't want to
Yeah,
get involved
no,
in
of
that.
course not,
Yeah, he still has a battle to win.
Uh-huh.
And if he's married, his family is going to be messed up.
Oh,
Gambling is worse than alcohol.
wow.
Yes, because it ruins financial. I mean,
Yeah.
a person can spend a certain amount in alcohol, but not everything. But you can sell land and gamble it in few days. Done.
What?
Yes,
That's
I
yeah.
mean, I was a gambler, but I
But thank God you
changed.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Did you
yeah.
had to do it yourself, or you had to ask somebody to help you?
Myself,
You just
I
realized.
sat down and I recounted.
Oh,
I
thank you.
saw the balances, the millions tallying there that I have lost and all that.
Yeah.
You see your M-Pesa statement.
Right.
Yeah, and you're like, no, man,
I need
there's a
to.
better way. There's no successful gambler. No way. So, yeah,
So
yeah.
these people that usually we're being shown on television having won
Yeah, they are
millions
selling
of
it.
money.
They are just selling it. I mean, even if those win,
Yeah.
the probability is zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But most of them is just for the marketing, but they lose.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's
Yes.
that's really good.
That was the silliest way I used money.
Wow, it's actually quite silly. I mean, I don't know. Okay, and what do you think? I mean, according to you, right? Do you think money is energy? Do you think? I mean, okay, money. They say money attracts money, right? So, do you think the way you perceive money is the way you get it? If, like, I saw somewhere they said, if you think it's hard to get money, then it's going to be very hard for you to get money.
100%. It's all a mentality.
Yes.
It's all a mental shift. Like if you say that, yeah, business is hard.
Right.
You're not going to try business. You'll never be independent. You'll never have freedom.
Yeah.
You'll not optimize your time. So I'm like, until you realize that money,
Yeah.
it's possible to get money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're working towards it.
Yes.
You can be a millionaire. I believe you can't be. It's all where.
In your mind.
Because even if you're handed today those money and your mind is not okay,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to handle the money.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah,
that's,
yeah.
That's really good.
So it's all in the mind.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. And then now, when we come, you just started a company. That's Wilsey Educational Agency, by the way, guys. Yeah, and if you want to come study abroad, you can reach out to Wilsey.
Yeah.
Now, that is a very different thing if you relate to how people come here and the kind of jobs people do abroad, right? Now, how would you advise somebody who just came here, would like to perceive, to I mean, go after their dreams and do the careers they really wanted to do, but now because, you know, life here is going really quick and
Yeah.
you just have to do
You
more
have to
of
pay
yeah, you
bills.
have to pay bills,
Yeah.
and they don't have time. First of all, how did you decide that you wanted to quit your job to start a company? Was it hard for you? And like, yeah, if you could just tell us about that.
It was
because
very.
it's really hard,
It was
especially being here.
very hard.
Yes.
It was very hard.
Yeah.
I mean, not initial capital or anything.
Okay.
But the decision.
The decision itself.
What if it doesn't work?
The
There's-
what if?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's always that thing in the mind.
Yeah.
That what if it doesn't? And I don't know why it is always bigger than what if it works.
It works. It's
Yes.
always bigger
It's
than that.
always big. But I thank God I had a very supportive wife who is a risk taker.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when you're married, it's even a little bit easy to
Okay.
risk. Because if I'm risking to leave my job to start something else,
yeah.
I can still
Dep-
keep my wife as a
somebody-
security for rent and a few other things
Right.
until I pick if I pick.
If you pick.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a guarantee because we all fail in business.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so it was a very hard decision. Yeah. But all along, I knew I wanted freedom because I have this problem. I can't deal with bosses. I can't. I have been fired from countless
Have
jobs.
you?
I
Okay.
have been.
What's the reason?
I just believe there's a better way of doing things. Not better,
Oh, okay.
but
Like
a
you should have
simpler
done
way.
it this way.
Yes. You get to this country and there are prescriptions.
Yeah.
This is how to.
Yes.
How to.
Yes.
Yes. Even there's a way of how to fold a box.
Of course.
Yes. When I want to just destroy it and just push it
No.
there. So eventually, if you're a person who gets tired with prescriptions,
Yeah.
you want your way of doing things, then you would rather start what you like and do
Okay.
it the way you like it. So eventually, because I was tired with bosses arriving on time,
Were you
because I
keeping
was-
time or were you late?
Never,
You were
never.
late.
I was late, but still I would get things done. Yeah. So that is one another thing.
Okay.
That sometimes you want me to get at work on time when I can do what I can do in an hour, but you want me to spend 5 hours there.
To do it.
Yes. Those are the things that you should push you
Yeah.
to start your own things.
That's true.
Because you can work how you want,
Yeah.
where you want,
Whatever
with
time
who
you want to, yes.
Yes. So I was optimizing for my freedom. I wanted to be paid by decisions,
Yes.
by service, not
Not
by the
by-
number of hours
yes.
that I'm ramping in.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
so-
you decided to just risk it.
Yes.
Let me
so,
quit.
So,
the
so
job.
anyone who wants to start anything
Yes.
abroad,
Yeah.
take time.
Okay.
Take time.
Yes.
Make sure you've built yourself first. If there was a land that was sold at home, make sure you
Return it.
yes,
Yeah,
return it
I know,
first.
it's crazy,
And then
yeah.
when you're risking it by yourself because it may not pay off. You may
Yes.
fail.
Yeah.
Most of the business fail at the start.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. So you make sure you take your time. Start when you're risking it, not from anybody's money, but by your own money.
You're on.
But go after your dreams because
Right.
either way, you will regret. If you don't, you will regret 100%.
Yeah, because
Yes.
they say life itself is a risk anyway.
That is it.
So
And if you
why not
go,
just
if
risk
you don't go after your dreams,
Yeah.
somebody else will hire you
Will do,
Yes.
to work for
to
them
fulfill
that
their dream.
Yes.
Whatever you're working at right now is
Yeah.
somebody else's dream. You see?
Yeah.
You're helping them build their dream, which is not wrong.
Right.
But if you have yours, why not build yours?
Yeah. Why not build yours?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really good.
So I'm like, if you want freedom,
Yeah.
please start your thing.
Just risk it.
Start your thing.
Wow. That's
Yes.
really good. Yeah. So I think unless you want to add something on that today.
Not
maybe
really.
Yeah.
Maybe to talk about the kind of leverage that young people can go for right
Oh, yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah. That would be
Yeah,
nice.
especially long before the leverage was by labor,
Mm-hmm.
that you have to go to work, you have to hire people, you have to do this and
Yeah.
that, and then it came the capital that you have to invest the money that you have
Yes.
to a business. But right now, the kind of leverage that we have
Yeah.
is media and code.
Okay.
Like you can publish, you can build a website, you
Yeah.
can sell ebooks, you can record podcasts, you can do content, you can
That's
write
true.
songs. And then there
yeah,
is
that's good.
zero marginal cost of replication. That is to say that if I record a video today,
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
that video will go to 1 million views
People, yeah.
without having to invest anything more than the first recording. This is the
Wow,
easiest.
that's true.
This is the easiest generation to be successful
Okay.
because all the technology is in our hands. If you have to write something, write. If you have to record something, do it.
record
There is zero permission. There's
That's
you don't have to seek anybody's permission. If you open a Facebook account, you open a YouTube account, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, you can scale
Yes,
and get paid
definitely.
and win.
Wow,
So
that's really
we
good.
have to have
Yeah.
this kind of mental shift
Yeah.
that unlike our parents who are looking for capital to start a
start
business,
something physical.
right now a capital is in your skill and your hands. A laptop, data,
Yeah,
all
and
that.
that's it.
And that's it.
Wow.
Yes,
Then, yeah,
yes.
thank you for that. I think, yeah. And then now the fact that, again, you are so much into social media, especially, you have quite a good number of following. So you usually, I'm sure not all comments sometimes are very positive. Is there sometimes that, what do you do, especially if somebody gives you a negative comment?
Yeah. I don't personalize it.
Or you do not?
I don't personalize it. But when I have time, I have to
You-
go down
Oh,
with
you
you. Yeah,
have to
yeah.
go down that
Just for
road.
entertainment.
Okay.
But let me say this on a very serious note, I don't personalize comments.
Okay.
Most of the time, I don't read comments. Because let me tell you, if you're into business, comments don't matter.
You give your thing.
Your client is not in the comment section. Your client is in the inbox. Your client will look for your WhatsApp contact. Your client is in your website. Your
Right.
client is in the email.
So those on the comments are just
They
the
just
passing time.
most of them.
Yes.
They are good comments. There are people who appreciate you.
Yeah.
But if you get a negative comment, fine and good. People
Yeah.
are passing through their own stuff and they want to let it go in your comment
Yeah,
section.
yeah.
But just if you're into social media or into anything, forget about the comments. That is not where your client is.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because sometimes you realize, I mean, not only on your post or somebody else's posts, you see and you're like, okay, why is this person commenting something so rude? And on somebody's post,
Yeah.
like you're like, wow, why are
Yes.
people like this?
That is it.
Yeah.
People are having issues,
Yeah.
and just don't be absorbed with the good comments.
Right.
Because you will get likes, 1,000 likes,
Yes.
reactions, and all that. You get ramped up, you feel good about yourself.
Okay.
So when one silly comment pops,
It really triggers you.
they lower the
Yeah.
self-esteem.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you don't care about the comments.
Yes.
And then one negative will not even care.
That's true. You
Yeah,
wouldn't-
will not care that much.
Yeah.
Because,
And then you realize something. You realize that maybe you should just don't depend on people to validate you or to tell you if you're doing a good job.
that's it.
Right? As long as you believe in yourself.
But keep doing.
Yes.
But keep doing, especially with the content.
Yes.
There are people who want to do business with you,
Okay.
but they don't know you. How will they know you if
Yeah.
you don't put yourself out there? Yes?
Yeah.
And I tell someone, your first 100 videos will suck. Your first 100 posts, you will suck at it.
Yes.
Don't count.
Okay.
Yes. Just be impatient with actions. Do it again,
Just
but
keep doing
be
it.
very patient with results.
I mean, just keep doing it.
That is it. If you're playing a long term,
Yes.
you will eventually win.
Wow.
You
That's
will.
a really good one.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So one last thing is about now your company. How do you? So basically, do you just bring students, or do you also bring people to work here in the UK? And now, are you also working with other schools from other countries? If you could just clarify that for anybody who is interested to probably come, because we're going to leave, like, we'll see
Okay.
their contacts.
Yeah. Currently, I'm only working with the students. I have license to work for schools.
Okay.
Yeah, they can only provide student visas. So I'm working with the schools in the UK and also
Right.
schools in Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so those two countries, and all ranks, all levels of education. I mean, bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
well, that's
so they can come here,
Yeah,
study,
yeah.
and make sure they have a good career
they have
afterwards.
a good
Yeah.
career. Wow,
Ye-
yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's really good. But so we're going to leave your contacts down below,
Thank
and
you.
somebody can get in touch with you.
Wow.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming on our podcast today.
Thank you.
We appreciate you for coming. Yeah. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching our video today. If you have any questions in regards to Wilsey Educational Agency, just leave them down below on the comments, and we are going to leave their contacts just below, and you can contact them and they will definitely get back to you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and so guys, keep following us on TikTok, on Instagram at Blend and Bond Podcast, and please share our videos to your friends, to your family. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and once we get there, we're going to do a huge giveaway, just like we said. Yeah, so thanks guys. See you on our next video. Bye.
Bye.